Welcome to the 2020-2021 Digital Celebration of the Association of Women in Finance Peak Awards. My name is Parveen Walia, and I am the president of the AWF for the 2020-2021 year. Congratulations to all of our honorees. In this episode, we celebrate Nancy Harrison in the category of Excellence in Industry. It is my honor to welcome our presenting sponsor, HSBC. This is HSBC's 9th year as Peak's presenting sponsor, and it is my pleasure to introduce Linda Seymour, President and CEO of HSBC Canada.
Thank you, Parveen. I'm delighted to present on behalf of HSBC Bank Canada. HSBC is thrilled to return for the 9th year as a presenting sponsor of the Peak Awards and to honor individuals who have made significant advancements for women working in the field of finance. At HSBC, we are determined to do our part to accelerate women's progress in the workplace, which is why HSBC sets aggressive global commitments for diverse representation. I'm proud to say that the women make up more than half of HSBC Bank's senior leadership team and board of directors combined. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the 2020-2021 Peak honorees, Kylie Dixon, Catherine McLeod-Seltzer, Nancy Harrison, Scott Thompson, and Cynthia Lim. Congratulations from all of us at HSBC Bank Canada.
Thank you, Linda. Please welcome Christine Bergeron, CEO from Vancity, our honoring sponsor. Christine will introduce Nancy Harrison, our honoree in the category of Excellence in Industry, and lead us through a fireside chat.
I'm honored to represent Vancity and introduce Nancy Harrison, the 2020-2021 Peak honoree in the category of Excellence in Industry. Nancy has nearly 30 years of professional achievements. She is currently a venture partner with Amplitude Capital and former partner and senior vice president of Ventures West Management, where she became one of the most important and respected investors in the country, making key early investments in industry-leading biotech companies. She is also the former co-founder and president of MSI Methylation Sciences. Nancy's track record speaks to her skills in startup company development, entrepreneurship, and operations. She also demonstrates her dedication to Canadian biotech by mentoring the next generation of leaders. Nancy serves on boards for several companies and not-for-profits, including Admar Bioinnovations, Life Sciences BC, the BC Genome 12 Venture Fund, the Polygon Gallery, and Biotech Canada's Advisory Board for Startup Companies. She's also a fellow with Creative Destruction Lab West. So you are an honoree for the Excellence in Industry Award. Maybe we'll just start with that. What does this award mean to you?
The Excellence in Industry Award is a bit overwhelming. You captured that I've been in the industry for 30 years. It kind of feels like it's been a couple of months sometimes. I'm really honored to be recognized by AWF. In particular, just to be associated with the previous women that have won this award, particularly over the last decade, it's really an honor. So I thank the association very much, and I look forward to celebrating one day together.
From the start of the pandemic, which has now been, almost a year and a half, everyone has faced unique challenges. And from my perspective, challenges also mean opportunity. So could you tell us about an opportunity that you've seen over this period of time?
The last 18 months have been a challenge for everybody. Endless unknowns, endless Zoom calls. I'm one of the luckier ones in that I work in the life sciences sector. And so I've really had a front row seat to witness and participate in watching the Canadian and the international life sciences community come together to find solutions for COVID.
Apart from the last year and a half and the obvious need to embrace a certain amount of change, how important has the ability to embrace change helped you in your career?
To fall in love with the learning is I think the most important thing that one can do when you go to university. Change and learning over the last 30 years has been a way of life for me in my chosen profession. And oftentimes I feel overwhelmed by it. There's not enough time in the day to be able to learn the science that I have to learn. So I've been really happy to be able to have that love of learning and to be able to do that. A lot of people don't know, but I love patent strategy. So I'm named on about 35 patents that I've written and that have granted. And one of the reasons why I transitioned was I had developed a desire to focus on one thing really well and take that one thing across the line myself. And so in the early days of MSI, I was the president and the CFO and the VP of manufacturing and the VP of IP and all of it. But I love that. Now that I'm back in a venture capital seat, I think I need to, remember that I'm not the doer, I'm the helper and the supporter. And so how can I best do that? It's about thinking about our own intrinsic qualities and traits and enabling and helping people in the best way we can.
You're reminding me of, when you start a company and you are wearing all the hats, where you just answer the phone with your different title as you go along. So it's really great. You mentioned just the sense that sometimes the change can be overwhelming. I'm just curious to dig a bit further if you have any comments on how you manage that.
I'm relatively comfortable in the gray of not knowing everything. Having said that, I've really found over the years, there's a couple of things that have really helped me. For years and years early on at Ventures West, before I got married, before I had kids and all the rest of it, my time was absorbed with that. A lot of people don't know, but I really spent a lot of time learning how to meditate and really understanding what that could do for me in terms of calming. And that's still an important part of my day and my routine, both falling asleep and waking up. It's something that I just do every day, and it really helps to center me. And then the other one is exercise. And it's interesting you raised that because with COVID, it's been really kind of hard to do and boring to be exercising at home. And I found the last couple of weeks, in particular with traveling, I've fallen out of that. So this morning I got myself up at 6 o'clock in the morning and did my Zoom exercise class, and it made me feel so much better. So I think, finding those things that matter to you, whether it's knitting or meditation or exercising, that really give you a bit of a break and allow you to remove yourself from the stressful situation for just a period of time, I think is really important in everybody's life.
I think my experience is people are always really interested in knowing, right? How do you manage it? So thanks for providing that. What piece of advice would you like to leave the audience with?
But really, I'd go back to the advice that my mom and maybe other moms kind of offered them. So my mom really stressed 3 lessons in us. One was you are who you hang out with. So pick wisely and be with people who make you the best person you can be, but who you also like, respect, and trust. And I think actually respect and trust are even more important than like. The second advice that she always gave us was do something you love. She didn't dictate to us what that would mean. She was like, well, you could be a truck driver or you could be an astronaut, but you better love it because you're going to spend a lot of time doing it and you're going to have to get yourself up out of bed to do it. And it's going to be long hours. So you better love what you do and you better find a passion in it. And the third one is to treat people the way you'd want to be treated, whether or not they're showing you or modeling that for you at the time. I never know when karma or a favor will ever come back, if it ever will. But I'm one of those people that believes that, I will stress myself out first in order to do something for somebody else and connect people and bring them together. And I believe that showing up the best way we can on any given day is really all we can do. And it's the greatest gift we can give ourselves. And it's the greatest gift we can give other people.
I think it's nice and simple. So you are who you hang out with, do what you love, and treat people the way you want to be treated. So really great words of advice. So thank you so much, Nancy. It's been a pleasure hearing about your path, and congratulations again on the award.
I really, really appreciate the award and this chat. It's been fun.
Please welcome Natasha Savard, Vice President, Head, Wealth Management Canada Training and Development from RBC Dominion Securities, our scholarship sponsor who will be providing the closing remarks to our program.
We are honored to participate in the digital celebration of this year's Peak Awards as its scholarship sponsor. As the cost of tuition continues to climb, scholarship assistance for students has become increasingly necessary to make education accessible and affordable. With the 2020 Peak Awards postponed due to the global pandemic, fundraising for this important scholarship fund was also put on hold, yet scholarships continued to be funded under this program throughout this period. This is why RBC Dominion Securities continued to contribute to the Scholarship Fund during this difficult time. We now invite you to do the same. If you'd like to make a contribution, please go to www.vancouverfoundation.ca/AWF. On behalf of everyone at RBC Dominion Securities, we'd like to once again congratulate the 2020-2021 Peak honorees and thank you for watching the digital celebration of the Peak Awards.